Now, as promised, Darren Farwell of the Farwell Group joins us. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, Marilyn.
What are we talking about today?
Well, as a matter of fact, the topic I'd like to put forward for our discussion today is, well, I think it's a little provocative. It's about the fear of ending up on a doorstep somewhere, though actually the message is about not ending up on a doorstep somewhere. And it's really not about numbers and financial plans or the stock market or interest rates. It's about Christina. And in fact, until the last minute, I had planned on talking about, getting your house in order and the importance of keeping your income needs safe. But Christina took over the agenda with the power of what she said to me late this week. Christina's a widow. I've worked with her since her late husband died in 2012. Well, of course, over the years, we've come to know each other quite well. Christine doesn't have any children, and she relies on me heavily to help her understand the pros and cons of different financial options, educate her about ideas and strategies she hasn't been aware of, and of course, just generally be there when she needs someone to discuss financial and real-life situations. So what does all this have to do with ending up on someone's doorstep somewhere? Well, during our virtual meeting last week, it was Christina's regularly scheduled annual review. We were reviewing her progress report. Her progress report is a critical part of Christina's personal roadmap that we create with every client. The progress report compares where Christina is in her financial situation, savings, investments, real estate, versus where we forecast she would be in her long-term plan. And by the way, her long-term plan is also a critical part of that personal roadmap process I talked about. We reviewed the report together. We had really covered a lot of it by hard copy because in Christina's preferences, she prefers that we courier stuff to her the day before the meeting as opposed to doing it by email. It was crystal clear from looking at this hard copy of the report and easy to see that Christina was well ahead of her planned forecast, the forecast of where she would be at the end of 2020. Christina was spending just about what she thought she would, and her investments and her home and cottage prices have been doing much better than the conservative forecasts we put in her plan. Having reviewed her one-pager progress report, I saw Christine literally over we were doing a virtual call. I could see over that virtual call that Christina physically sat back, seemed like she relaxed, like she had just taken a heavy knapsack off her shoulders and sighed a big sigh of relief. Christina said, "Wow, that's so comforting. With everything going on, I was worried whether or not I was still on track to be able to afford everything." Now, that felt good, but it really made me quite curious. And also, I was wondering if I'd missed something in not helping her feel more confident that she was going to be fine financially, even without the report. So I dug a bit deeper about how she was feeling. And Christina's answer surprised me. She said, "Darren, I don't know why. All the numbers and reports aside, as a woman, you fear you might end up on a doorstep somewhere. You fear that it could all be gone tomorrow." Those are Christina's own words, no paraphrasing. That really struck me quite strongly. As a financial numbers guy, I have a great faith. They've proven to be, good through time in my numbers, but that doesn't connect with everybody in the same way. So Christina said in some ways the human connection, the trust, and understanding means more to her than the reports. And that is what she said she gets from our meetings. It was a great feeling to see Christina relax like that. And look, good planning, proper saving and investing cannot guarantee the future. But done properly with the right person and team by your side, it can put all the odds on your side for the future you want. So my thought for today, do not end up on a doorstep somewhere. Get a plan, keep it up to date, have a process to manage your financial decisions, and work with a financial professional that you can trust and relate to help guide you along the way.
Well, today is Time to Talk Day. And obviously, when you talk to an expert and you ask your questions and you get your answers, sometimes those fears can be allayed. And it's easier to get information when you're talking one-to-one. So if someone wants to call you and speak to you so they can allay their fear of ending up on a doorstep, how do we reach you, Darren?
Please feel free to call 416-863-7501 or go to our website, thefarwellgroup.ca.
The contact information is on my website, marilyns.ca, but if you have a pen, 416-863-7501. It's time to talk. You can talk, ask your questions, get your answers, and allay your fears. Darren Farwell and the Farwell Group are experts at doing just that when it comes to putting your financial house in order. Thank you, Darren, and I look forward to speaking, I think, to Leslie next week.
Yes, it's Leslie next week, but it's always nice to speak with you, Marilyn. Bye for now.